Hello, Curve Expo. Y'all could do better than that. Hello, Curve Expo. Thank you, thank you. If you only knew what I went through to get here today. I mean, in the past like 10 hours. It's been, no, I'm gonna say the past 24 hours. It's been a lot, but I am so excited to be here and to pour into you all. Last year I was here and I was part of the first ever body positivity panel, and so many of you loved it and told the people at Curve Expo you want more events like that, and they're doing it. They got me back. They had Hooray Kame. I don't know if she's around here right now, but she just had a panel before. But today I want to talk to you about building confidence, okay? Now, if you don't know, I became the first plus size model winner to win the model portion of Project Runway. So you know, your girl's a little confident. Thank you, thank you. And, but I've been modeling for over a decade. I started here in New York right after high school. And I actually started here at Curve Expo about 6 years ago. And some of you have seen me working for Evedon, for Lomi, for Goddess. Matter of fact, let's take a little trip down memory lane. About me, yes. Okay, so a lot of you always see me at Curvy Couture Intimates. They aren't here, they aren't showing this season, but much love to them. They consistently use me. They are all about diversity. Also, I got a big write-up in the Daily Mail where they talked about how I became the first Black woman to represent the Goddess lingerie brand. And Evedon, if you don't know, is based out of the UK. So it was a big deal. So we want to talk about inclusion. Your girl right here, she's a part of that. I'm a part of that change. And it feels good. It feels good to start, like I said, I started to do Curve Expo maybe about 6 years ago. And shout out to Asia Monet, she's here on the front row. She was here before I was up here making a change just by being present. There's something about showing up. There's something about when someone books a model of color, a plus size model, maybe a disabled model. That way it shows that these people are here and they get to have some type of representation. Has anybody ever seen the hashtag representation matters or model diversity? It's a movement, it's a real movement. And I know you all are probably following all the things that you see in the media. You know, race and inclusion and diversity is a hot topic. And we want to keep that conversation going. So what kind of change would be possible if women everywhere loved themselves? Think about that right now. Because I want you to think about the women that are sitting here right now. Think about how smart, beautiful, talented, creative you are. But if you only loved yourself, like truly loved yourself, how you could tap into those gifts right where you are in your own communities. Powerful. Women are powerful. Like I was wearing a t-shirt the other day that said, the future is female. And the future to me is now. I see so many, even female-owned brands here. It's huge, huge. So what kind of change would be possible if women everywhere love themselves? And then the other part is, how could women feel about themselves if we accepted everyone as they are at this very moment? Think about yourself. Whenever I'm asking these questions today, I want you to think about yourself. If I fully accepted who I am in this very moment, no matter my height, no matter my age, no matter my size, no matter my race, just fully accepted me, how that confidence can pour into everything that we do in our lives. As a mother, as a wife, as a business owner, as a sales rep, as a publicist, as a model, if we loved ourselves right now as we are. I'm gonna go down some stats for you, all right? Maybe some of you didn't even know this. First one, 90% of women and girls say they do not feel represented by the fashion industry or media, and the imagery they are consuming on a daily basis makes them feel less than. 90%. Think about that. If you are a retailer here and you're sitting here, you're making clothing for that 90%. If you are a boutique here, these women are coming into your doors and they don't feel represented. They're not seeing a piece of themselves. I also work in the bridal market, and I've been working in lingerie. I remember coming in here and I could probably count on one hand how many times I would see a model of color on these banners on the booths. Am I telling the truth? And look what we have today. We're making a lot of progress. We even have Parfait over there. Parfait has a big banner. They're big about inclusion, you know? Let's read some more of the stats. 78% of girls age 17 are unhappy with their bodies. 78%. Remember, these are the young girls who are coming into your boutiques, to your stores, who are buying from your brands. Nielsen data that saw women of color, particularly African American women, had the most economic control with spending power in the trillions. 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 So how are you catering to this customer? How are you making her feel welcome and accepted? She has buying power. She has money to spend. Think about that. Plus size women account for, on average, 1% to 2% of the bodies represented in mainstream media. And just in case you didn't know, the average woman in the United States is a size 16. For years she was a 14, she's now a 16. So imagine being a part of the majority, but you're only represented 1% to 2% in media. That's tragic. Do you agree? Tragic. Plunkett Research estimates that 68% of American women wear a size 14 or above. 68%. Think about the pictures you have in your stores. 68%. Are you catering to that 68%? Typically, plus-size customers are female between the ages of 30 to 45, all income levels and occupations. I like to say they have disposable income. They got money to burn, all right? And about 10 million people, or 4.1% of the US adult population, identify as LGBT. Is your store welcoming to that sector as well? It's not about you. If you're in the business to make money and make people feel good about themselves, put your agenda aside and make sure that you just welcome them with love. All right, intimates is an intimate thing, so treat it as such. Like I'm a big word person, so when I think about intimates, it means, you know, we have a kinship, like we talk, we're sharing secrets, you know? It's an intimate thing. There are a bunch of firsts that a lot of boutiques and stores, you play a big role in a lot of women's lives. Whether it's their first bra. I remember when my nieces started to get their little buds, and I had to go with them to get fitted for a bra. So you're a part of these intimate moments in their lives. First baby, coming to get a nursing bra. That's an intimate thing. Mastectomy, weight gain, weight loss, because you know we women fluctuate. Am I the only one who fluctuates? Okay, all right. is my thing. Ask them, do they want to measure privately or on the store floor? Because I'm a big person who believes that love is in the details, okay? Love is in the little things that we do. I did a lot of research and I found that some women felt a bit bombarded when they came into a store and said they wanted to be fitted, and no one asked them, do you want to fit in the dressing room or do you want to fit out here on the floor? It's little things like that that can turn somebody off. Love is in the details. So think about that when you have customers come into your store. Your greeting, how you're saying hello to them. Your products. Is all the plus size stuff in the back, dark corner? Am I telling the truth? This is a lot of plus size women, they go through that for their shopping experience. When they're shopping for clothes, they're like, oh, my homegirl, all her stuff is as soon as we come into the door, and my stuff is all the way in the dark corner over there. Okay. Girl, I'll meet you back in a few minutes. How welcoming are you? Love is in the details. Y'all say that with me. Love. Y'all gotta do better than that. Come on now. Love is in the details. Thank you. All right. In case you didn't know, I have an awesome book that I wrote this year. It's called Make the World Your Runway, Top Model Secrets to Everyday Confidence and Success, okay? And my foreword is written by Mr. Tim Gunn himself, who you all know is a fashion god. And I actually helped to change his mind about the word plus size. But guess what? You gotta get the book to find out. He has a whole story about how we met on the show. But I was really, when he sent me his forward back, I was really floored that someone like him, I could change his mind about something. Like a word. Because some people look at plus as this dirty word, as this bad thing. I don't look at plus like that. Plus means more. I am more. I got a whole situation going on down here. And I'm fine with that. I think a lot of times we buy into the stigma that people put on words. Like nobody says, ooh, petite. You know, nobody says, ooh, tall. So why are we buying into that? It's a descriptor. That's all it is. And you are more. If you're plus size, you're here, you are more. You're fabulous. All right, so positivity, which is what I talk about in the book. Attitude means everything. Speak life into your customers. So when they're coming in the door, how are you today? What's going on with you? You see that maybe they seem a little down. They may need a hug. If you're able to do that, offer it. Lead with compassion in all that you do. Also, find staff that's like, you see that little extra thing about them, that they really want to make a difference. I have a girlfriend of mine, she's an actress, and she works at Lane Bryant. And, you know, her working at Lane Bryant is her extra income as she acts. But she really feels like she's doing the Lord's work, working at Lane Bryant, because she's able to help these women, you know, who are going through different situations in their lives, find bras, find clothing that makes them feel good. Because guess what? When you feel good, when you look good, you feel good. And I always say a great bra can change your life, honey. Exactly. See, she feels me. Thank you. It really can, and it makes everything in your clothes look so much better. Your clothes sit different. A great bra can change your life, all right? So listen to what a friend of mine, Elise, said. She said, my bra size is merely a tool that helps me buy products and is not any indication of my worth. My bra size has and will continue to change, and that's perfectly okay. My bra size may differ across brands and styles. A lot of times, people need to educate the customers. listen, yes, you're a double D in this one, but in this one, you're gonna be a different size. They're a European brand, they're cut different, but you're okay as you are. Just let you know that. And you're human. Don't worry about that, okay? Like I said, speak life into your customers and take your power back from the stigma behind descriptors. So when I see plus size, I'm like, yay! When I see tall, I'm like, yay! When I see petite, I'm like, yay! Because they are descriptors. They're not something to cause me to feel down about myself. They're just a descriptor. It's a way to help me shop. That's how I look at it, so I'm not wasting my time. Oh, you don't have plus size? Oh, okay, let me go over here. Persistence, which is another key point I talk about in the book. But how does this translate to you? Try, and try again to reach your customer. A lot of times, especially in the plus size market, it's like, oh, well, we bought this plus size product and nobody bought it. Well, you did one email blast. Am I supposed to? I didn't even open that email. Hello? You know, oh, you made just, you did one big sale. Especially if you are a brand or a company that usually never carried plus size or never carried nursing bras, or you never carried certain skin tones, bras that would work for different skin tones, different races. You really need to make a point to heavily advertise and reach out to their consumer. Just because you post about it once on your Instagram means nothing, darling. And trust me, I know, because a lot of times when I have events, I have to promote, because you never know. They missed it, their page refreshed that day. They didn't sign on for a week. You don't know, but you have to be persistent. As persistent as I am about my career, you have to be persistent about your customers. Don't give up on them. Like I said, some don't even know the product exists, and some are used to being excluded, so they don't look. It's like Dolce & Gabbana, right? They just changed their sizing up to a size, I believe it's 18. I know about, how many people knew about that? One person. And she only heard it one time. So that goes to show you, and Dolce & Gabbana is a international, huge, big brand. So she only heard about it, and nobody else in here just raised their hand. How do you think your customer is finding out about the product that you carry in your store? You have to be persistent. Purpose and passion. All right, I talked a little bit about this. Hire staff that are passionate about what they do. I love, like, people a lot of times ask me, oh, I want to be your assistant, And I'm like, well, tell me, what are you passionate about? Why do you want to be my assistant? Why do you want to do this or do that? If I don't feel that urge, I have a passion that I can sleep 2 hours, but if Curve Expo told me to be here at 3 o'clock, I'm gonna be here at 3 o'clock. You do what you have to do. When you're passionate about something, that's a game changer. It's a game changer. Think about, a lot of times people have had side gigs for something, and you know, it was to really fuel their career. When you are passionate about something, you will wake up at any time to do what you gotta do because that's your passion. You will go through hell and high water because you're passionate about it. So find people, staff that are passionate about really what you're trying to do for your brand or for your store. I'm telling you, it's a game changer. Ask your customers what their passion is too. You may be able to create a connection or find a way to connect their style to a particular brand. Oh, okay, well, what are you really passionate about? Oh, well, I'm really into sports, Oh, okay, you know what? There's this brand that we have, you know, blah, 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 blah. And you never know, you may have a loyal customer that always comes to you for that one brand because you found out something that they're passionate about. Or, I'm really into this color, or I'm really into girly stuff. I like to travel and do teas and, you know, this and that. Well, guess what? Oh, okay, I identified you may like this brand because this brand is very feminine and prissy. And next thing you know, you have a lifelong customer because of you tapped into their passion. Like I said, love is in the details. Presentation power. Stand in your power. I kind of jumped ahead, see? A great bra can change your life. When your foundation is tight, it sets the tone for everything else. Look good, feel good. And it's the truth. When I know I look good, I can stand up and I can stand in my power. When I feel good, you can feel my energy. Like right now, I feel real good, y'all. But yes, a great bra can change your life. When the boobs is hanging down here and you find the right thing to pull them together, that woman feels sexy, she feels beautiful, she feels empowered. You want to send them out into the world just like that, all right? So you all have a part that you play to help them stand in their power. And presentation, how are you presenting the product that you have? Be very intentional in all that you do. I'm very intentional about my social media, my Insta stories, my Facebook posts. Be intentional with your presentation. When I do a TV interview for like the news, I'm intentional about what I wear, the color that I wear. Be intentional in all the details that you do, all right? Partnerships, we're winding down. Partnerships are important. Do in-store events with local models, bloggers, and celebs that customers feel a connection with. Get to know your customer. Maybe you have a survey. Maybe you just have the people who are working in your store ask different questions. You know, who do you follow on social media? Is there anybody in the area that you really like, a local blogger or anything, or a local celeb who you kind of feel you have a connection with? And then you can build in-store events around that. Take advantage of that. Another way to build partnership with your customer is, shout out to my girl Suzette. She will a lot of times, the same one I was talking about who works at Lane Bryant, she will have pictures of maybe other customers or maybe a celeb who happened to wear something in Lane Bryant and say, see how they put that outfit together? She's your size, you could do that too. So it makes them feel like somebody is sharing in the same experience that I'm sharing. So you should be following different brands. Like you have brands like Parfait, Elomi, Goddess, Curvy Couture, who show body diversity, who show racial diversity, show different skin tones. Like I was talking about that $1 trillion spending power with black women. How many pictures of a black woman do you have in your lingerie store? Do they feel welcome or represented? You want to build those partnerships, okay? Let's see. Now, with all that said, the world is truly yours. I just gave you a bunch of tools. I want you to go make the world your runway. All right? Thank you. All right, I'm actually going to open it up for some questions and answer because I know a few people asked me about that. So does anybody have any questions? And also, I will be selling copies of my book, Make the World Your Runway. I will sign it here for you as well. So, questions? Don't be scared. You have a question? Yeah? No? Oh, right here. Thanks.
What are some of your tips to building confidence?
Oh my gosh, well
I'm asking that because my publication deals with a lot of younger leaders and, teenagers and they often kind of doubt themselves because my magazine is entertainment oriented and they see all these gorgeous people, the Beyoncés and the Kardashians and all of them, and they look at these people as being beautiful but on a level that's unattainable to them.
Well, one thing you have to knock down is, first of all, it takes a full team to be a Kardashian and all those other celebs that you name. It takes hair and makeup and styling. So, and even with the pictures we see in magazines, it's lighting, it's a retouch. So that's why I tell a lot of people, you have to almost remind yourself that it's really a fabricated image. And once you key into that and know, like, okay, yeah, she looked good, but I mean, it took a whole team of people for her to look that good. Because look, it takes a team for me, I'm not even gonna lie, But once we accept that as truth, that's when we're able to change the game. We're like, okay, yeah, she looks good, but she probably had a filter on that. She probably used Face App to fix her face. So why am I being so hard on myself? Why? Not only that, in the book I talk about my different P's that I kind of talked about today, about your persistence and your patience and your positivity. Positivity builds confidence. Preparation builds confidence. Think about a test, right? If I'm preparing for the SAT, right? If I study for it and I'm prepared for it, it gives me a certain level of confidence, like I'm gonna go in there and knock this out. But if I didn't study for it, my confidence is probably not that high. So there are a bunch of tips that I put in the book that I use to confidently make the world my runway. They're here in this book. And not only will it help you, but it will help your customers as well. And if anyone is also interested in maybe, hey, we want to get a small shipment of books, and maybe we can, create a partnership where we sell these books, because maybe you have women that come into your boutiques and stores and you're like, this could really help them to see someone who's like them, or to gain some more confidence so they can go out there and really go after their dreams. Because one of the things I want people to do is truly live their best lives. You know that song, I'm living my best life. Like literally, I want you to live your best life. I want you to go out there and fulfill your purpose. And confidence helps you to do that on a higher scale. All right? Any other questions? Questions or comments?
Hi, Liris.
Hi.
I would just like to say thank you for everything you're doing. Thank you for the shout out. I'm Asia Monet, for those who do not know. When I think about what you say about confidence, it's so true, because I sit here and I reflect on my journey with Curve. I've done like 9 shows with the brand Alila, and the fact that and the fact that I actually accepted myself in the moment for who I was, my size, my shape, everything is the reason why we can even sit here now and experience a workshop like this. So just to elaborate how important it is to really accept and love yourself, because when I was on this floor, I seen nobody like me representing these brands. And I've been here for a while, working behind the scenes and in front of the camera. And so this whole thing about confidence building and loving yourself is extremely important. Like I said, it moves whole movements like this. And I'm so honored to have influenced or been part of even any success you may have. So that's all I want to say. Oh my God.
Asia does a lot of work behind the scenes for fit. She is the 40 G of the fit industry, okay? So she helps brands get their fit right so we can service fuller plus size women,
Yes, even in that arena, it has been such a shift. Like, I am so ecstatic. When I started, brands were not fitting at a G cup. That was unheard of. So when I say I literally created my position, I created it over a decade ago. I worked with, like I said, Alila. I was showing for them for 9 shows in Curve. I also fit with them as well. Anybody who's doing extended sizing.
Mystere.
Les Mystere was my first client ever, and yes, so I work with Colmar brands at this time as well. Calvin Klein, their extended line is being built on me as well. PVH, Warner's, it goes on, but I am the 40G model in the business, so thank you for mentioning that.
No problem. Salute to you.
Thank you.
Salute to you. Salute to you. Any other questions or comments? Yes, come on through, girl.
Hi, Liris. So I'm a plus size model like you, and I was just curious how you feel about the term plus size model. There's different people who feel different types of ways about the title. Either they'd like to drop that off or they are proud of it, and I was just wondering your thoughts on that.
Well, I was speaking earlier about, I don't have an issue with plus. I don't think plus is a bad thing. Do we all want to be accepted as just a model, period? Yes, but guess what? When a client calls, they're going to say, hey, I'm looking for a plus size model this size. Or do you have plus size models at your agency? So to me, I just look at it as a descriptor. I embrace it. What? Drop the plus? No, I actually feel like it's something special. Because yeah, there are lots of supermodels out there, but I think it's special when I'm able to say I'm a plus supermodel, It differentiates my journey, my sector. Yes, everyone is a model, but you as a straight size model, you go through some of the same things, but you don't go through everything that I experience as a plus size model. So I don't have a problem with embracing, not with that whole drop the plus thing. Because my thing is, until we are all fully accepted across the board, it's really not gonna matter. And they're still gonna call and say, do you have a plus? Do you represent plus models? Because I'm looking for a plus size model. Until they start to say, hey, I'm looking for girls this size to this size. And we're still in that journey, so why am I gonna get mad about a descriptor? It's just a descriptor. Say that with me, y'all. It's just a descriptor, okay? It really is. Any other questions? Yes.
Hi, so I'm a retailer. My name is Karima. I have the Philly Bra Lady in Philadelphia. We specialize in large bust. However, the question that I have is, what do you think would help other retailers in other cities to have more confidence when they're fitting larger bust women? Because as one myself, I don't fit myself. I always go to someone that I trust or have one of my fitters do it, but when you come in, they're automatically a little intimidated. You can kind of see it. So what tips would you have for the retailers out there who want to have larger sizes, but when the woman comes in, they can't make her feel confident and comfortable because they themselves are not.
Okay. First of all, they need to please make sure you educate your fitters. Educate them on the different brands, the different cuts, the different changes that different brands make. Because sometimes they're evolving, and if they have old information and then they're taking their old information and fitting it on this person, it could be kind of like a disaster waiting to happen. So make sure you're educating your fitters, that's number one. Number two, lead with love and compassion, period. If you lead with love and positivity, those things that I talked about, people can feel it. A lot of times, people will come and say, oh my gosh, Liris, I love this or that about you. And that's because they feel the love that I'm putting out there. When you lead with love and compassion, your customers can feel it. I've had women that I've worked with in the plus industry, 5'2", size 4. But guess what? I could feel their love. So I didn't feel like, she's mad that I'm here. She doesn't want me to be here. This is just a paycheck for her. When you lead with love, they can feel it. They can really feel it. Hey girl, come on in here. Let me lead with excitement. Make them feel welcome. I'm a big believer in you treat people how you want to be treated. So if I'm treating you how if I own a store, I'm going to treat you how I would want it to feel if I was walking into a store and someone had to fit me. Assure them, girl, I got you. I got you. Come on down here, let me fit you. You want to fit out here on the floor or in the dressing room? That's one of the things I talked about earlier, right? Because sometimes it can be very intimidating to them. You don't know what that woman has gone through. Whether it's a mastectomy, whether it's a drastic weight loss because of cancer. Make them feel special. Everyone is VIP. You know how a lot of times we go to the club and you got the regular section, you got the VIP? Your store should be VIP for everybody. Everybody should feel special when they come into your store. And if you see you have a staff member who is rude to different people, whether they're handicapped, whether they are of a different race, whether they are plus size, get them people out of there. It's not worth it. Because bad news travels faster than good news. And if you have to, send a secret shopper in there. Hey, call one of your cousins who never comes around to your store. Hey, can you come in? I want to know what your experience is like in my store. How long did it take for you to walk in and somebody greet you? How was their greeting? When you were fit, did they ask you where'd you want to fit? If they didn't have your size there, did they refer you to a store that does carry your size? Or a brand that does carry your size that you can look online? That's important. Oh, we don't have your size, I'm sorry. Oh, okay, thanks. Rather than, you know what, I am so sorry, we do not carry that size in this brand here, but you know what, maybe I can refer you to their website or a store that does carry a fuller cup. I'm so sorry we weren't able to accommodate you. You see the difference in that? That makes people say, you know what? They weren't able to help me, but they still empowered me. They still loved on me. They still gave me another option. And that's important. That's very important. Any other questions? I hope I answered your question well. Any other questions or comments? All right, well, I guess that is going to wrap this up. I want to just thank you all for RSVP, or even if you didn't RSVP, just attending today. This is my, second panel, last time was my first panel, but this is my first workshop here. and this felt really good. Did you all have fun? Good. So hopefully they'll have me back next year. All right, and if you do want to take pictures or buy a copy of my book, just come straight up and we will handle that, all right? And just thank you, go out there. I always say this, the world is yours. Go make the world your runway. And when I say go make the world your runway, I believe that how we show up in life is how we color the world, okay? How we show up is how we color the world. So I want you to go paint your essence across this big canvas of the world. Spread your love and your light, okay? All right, everybody have a good day.